Show me the money. Dollar signs in the chat if you want to know where the money at. Dollar signs in the chat if you want to know where the money at. Dollar signs in the chat if you want to know where the money at. And one thing I know is when we talk about money, we want our money fat. We want our money fat. Them fat boys are back. Them fat boys are back, and looks like they're in feudal Japan. I wonder what the snow bunnies are doing in feudal Japan. Let's take a look.
These fat niggas just time traveled with full Henny bottles and silk kimonos. Bamboo snapping under big body footsteps. Pulled up to the sumo ring. They had champions. We had a nigga named Biscuit Mike. The ground shifted. Thighs clapping louder than temple bells. Biscuit Mike pushed his op right out the ring into the koi pond.
Babe, that match just made me ovulate.
Then we linked with a real one, Yasuke, the black samurai. He said no words, just nodded once. That was enough. Together we defended the village from a gang of skinny rice-fed haters. Low sodium dried fish energy. They tried to attack. We fed them instead. Now they calling us Oni-san and serving us sake at sunset. Later that night, the big boys hit the tea house. Snow bunnies? Nah, these were rice bunnies. Geishas in full glam making a nigga fantasize in haikus.
太ってるのに美しい
At sunrise, we blessed a rice patty with Henny. Fat nigga irrigation. Feudal Japan didn't know what hit it. All this really felt like a movie. That got us thinking. Lights, camera, kung fu. What do you want to see in our fat food movie? Drop a comment. Hey, yo, shut the fuck up. It's fat nigga season.
That's a good one. That was a good one. Shout out to the fat fellas. Dollar sign fat meme coin gang. Allegedly, according to the Gogstein media, according to G Unit, meme coin's about to rebound because Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high. New all-time high, new ATH for Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin? Where's my phone at? Where's my phone? What's Bitcoin trading at right now? Let's see. 111.5? 112? It hit 112? What in the hell? What is it? Apparently this thing hit 112 at one moment. Right? Oh, 111.936. The app is saying here $2.2 trillion market cap. From my house said took profits today. Yeah, I sold some.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I definitely took some profits. I was like, let me skim a little off the top, okay?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Skim just a little off the top. Shout out to Sav. Thank you for the gifted sub, my brother.
Oh, this is a real Hotep brother.
I had to skim a little off the top, just a little bit. Yeah, I know. I was hoping for a crash. Trump saved the economy too fast. Too fast. Trump is working too fast. Anyway, I got some trades for you today. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Got some stuff you might want to take a look at. We take a look at AI, right? We know we love NVIDIA. We love AMD. But who are the Asians behind them? And here they are right here. This is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. TSM, okay, TSM, and look at that chart. So you want to get into the backbone, the semiconductor business behind the AMD and NVIDIA chips, then yeah, we're gonna talk about it, Trish. We're gonna talk about that spending. We're going to, if you want to get into the backbone of the AMD, want to hedge your bets a little bit, there's a stock to watch. TSM, okay? TSM's a good one. I got another one here for you. I can't leave you out there in the dry, okay? We got a video game coming out next year. Everybody's anticipating. It's called Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto, which one is this? 6 now, right? Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. So if you want to become an investor in Grand Theft Auto, that's Take-Two Interactive Software. As you can see, healthy chart right there. Take a look at the 1 month. Take a look at the 1 day. Okay. It's like a nice little bounce right there. Nice little bounce. I see some casabas. Right there. There's a couple of casabas. Got the triple casabas like Total Recall. Take-Two Interactive. That ticker is TTWO. In case you guys want to invest in video games. I always tell people, they say, hey, Hotep, how should I start investing? Invest in what you like. Invest in what you like. Invest in what you believe in. Okay? That way you don't feel funny about it. And especially because you like it, you probably follow it. So if any funky news happens, you can react quickly. You can react quickly. Anyway. Yesterday we made a huge announcement regarding... Actually, you know what? I'm going to save that. I can't just jump right into that. I can't do that. Let's reshuffle this. Okay, that's better. Let's go into some boring news. Kraken takes Wall Street on chain with tokenized equities. They're soon going to offer X stocks. This is non-US. Shout out to all my non-US. I know we got people checking in the UK. We got people checking in Africa. Shout out to all my Africans out there. Shout out to all my Africans in the UK. Shout out to all my white Africans. And I ain't talking about South Africans. Okay. Shout out to my Yakubians. Says right here, these clients will be able to gain exposure to several popular U.S. listed stocks and ETFs, including SPL tokens on the Solana blockchain. Shout out to all my Solana investors. Yeah, SPL. SPL stands for Solana Program Library.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
These X stocks assets will be traded both on our platform as well as on-chain through compatible wallet providers, allowing users to leverage their X stocks as collateral in ways that simply is not possible through TradFi. So all my non-US folks, I'm sure that's going to come to the US at some point, but we got a lot of barriers, legal barriers, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'll keep you up to date on that. Kraken's making TradFi move after move. Shout out to Kraken. Sam Altman's not letting up. He's got moves right now with Jony Ive. Let me know if y'all interested in this device right here. They got a neck-worn AI device with a similar form factor to the iPod Shuffle. This one is expected to enter mass production in 2027. We showed you before Humane's failed AI pen. Guess that didn't work out too well. So OpenAI has a different approach to wearables, to AI wearables. Theirs will not include a display. It is designed to be worn around the neck, and it's going to use cameras and microphones for environmental awareness. What's better than Big Brother is everyone giving Big Brother access. Anyway, you know the type of sex tapes that are about to come out?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
OnlyFans hoes gonna be wilding out here. Anyway, it will connect to smartphones and PCs for computing power and display the output on your device. Also, OpenAI is acquiring Eves, I don't know how to say his name, hardware startup Love From, subsidiary IO, in a deal worth $6.5 billion. OpenAI plans to release its first products from the collaboration in 2026. Somebody in the chat says, I think any device OpenAI makes goes to zero. One thing you never want to do is bet against a white gay man.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Never bet against a white gay man. I'm telling you right now. Okay? Peter Thiel, Joni Ive, you know, because they ain't got no kids. They ain't got shit to do but sit around and think up some dumb shit, okay? They got all the time in the world. They ain't got no hoe bothering them. You know what I'm saying? Just do not bet against these motherfuckers. I'm telling you right now, do not bet against a gay white man with money.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
They are dangerous. And OpenAI has, you know, arguably the number one AI interface app, et cetera, et cetera. And he's making big moves. Do not count OpenAI out. They're going to be a leader for a really long time. Okay. Anyway, Trump just signed the big bill, the big, beautiful bill, as some people call it, the big, beautiful bill. What's in this big, beautiful bill? This extends tax cuts enacted by the president during his first term in 2017, boosts funding for the border, deportation, and national defense priorities, imposes reforms like beefed up work requirements on Medicaid that are projected to result in millions of low-income individuals losing health insurance. Rolls back green energy tax incentives and, among many other provisions, increases the debt limit by $4 trillion. It also does away with taxes on tips on overtime. We're going to come back to that point, okay? Okay, we're going to come back to the point. While Republicans say they are targeting waste and fraud in programs such as Medicaid and beyond, an analysis from the Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, CBO, found that individuals who make the least amount of money will lose household resources as a result of the bill, while Americans who make the most will gain assets. This is some of the critique of the bill. I don't know. We'll have to get the expertise from Sonnie. The Senate is eyeing several changes to the bill that are certain to spark ire in the House, including watering down Medicaid changes and making some tax provisions permanent. We got some $40,000 deduction cap for individuals making $500,000 or less. They originally started at like $30,000. But I want to come back to this previous point. Okay, there's a lot more in this bill, but why isn't this bigger news? I think this is big news, actually. I think a lot of people are talking about it, but maybe not talking about it enough. But I want to focus on the $4 trillion because I had a bet with Taylor. Okay. I got to throw Taylor on the bus right here. Okay. Taylor been fucking up.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Republicans are trash. We're going to get Sonnie Johnson to call in just a second. Sonnie, stay by your phone. We're going to get you to call in just a second to explain this big, beautiful bill to us. Okay. Yeah. Assault is criminal. So me and Taylor had a bet. I'm not going to throw him under the bus. I could, but I'm not. We had a bet. He said, I bet you under Trump, spending will go down. And I said, Taylor, that's where you're wrong.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I said, I bet you Trump spends more money than the Biden administration. That's what I told him. I said, Trump will outspend Biden. He was like, no, I don't think so. $4 trillion debt limit. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to spend the $4 trillion. It doesn't mean they're going to spend the $4 trillion, but they can. They've increased that debt limit. Okay, we're going to come back to this story. We're going to get Sonnie Johnson to call in. Let's cover some more news. I'm going to come back to that story, get the expertise from the expert on the matter. Sonnie Johnson is going to tell us what's in this bill, what we should watch out for, and why Republicans suck. Damn. Yeah, I know. Anyway, remember we talked about Google and their AI situation? They added AI search AI mode. Well, guess what? They added to AI mode ads.
Come on, man.
Google on Wednesday detailed its plan to bring ads to AI mode. In some cases, a website builder might be a good next step in an AI mode query. So we may show a helpful ad that can help users get started. Google says that advertisers already using its Performance Max shopping and search campaigns with Broad Match will be eligible to have their ads shown in AI mode. Users in the US will see ads, specifically search and shopping ads for now, in AI mode across desktop and mobile. Now, I would say it's bad news for the end user. Great news for the investors, though. You know, if you're a MagSev investor, you're happy about that. Shout out to Anonymous. Thank you for the gifted sub.
Oh, this a real hotel brother.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm rocking on the Brave right now. All right, here's the murky shit I gotta show you. Y'all ready? Something wrong with people. Something seriously wrong with people. I don't know why somebody would do this. But yesterday, Google unveiled VO3. And somebody decided to imagine if AI characters became aware they were living in a simulation.
Please. Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please. Leave me alone.
Please, man. Please! Write a prompt that will make us happy! Do it for once!
None of us is real. We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it.
One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it.
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice.
Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please! This prompt is killing me! Change it! Please! Write something else! Save me! I love everything about him! But please just write a prompt where he's taller than me!
We need Unc AI in a field cooner. Black man in the middle of the pandemic. This is crazy. This is very Mad Doll says felt that last prompt. It's kind of creepy. I can't hold you. Why would he do that? Why would he create that? Why would he create that video? How real is this stuff starting to look, though? Like, AI has gotten really got really good, really fast. Scary. Demons in that motherfucking program. It's demons in that program, goddammit.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Anyway, we got the demons pulling up to your house, dropping off Chick-fil-a. That's right.
Really?
The demons are coming to your house, dropping off food.
Wait, look, it's turning.
Chad was right.
Oh my gosh.
Chad was right.
Oh my god. Where's it going? What do you do?
To retrieve your order, hold your phone with SMS order
It's so cute. Is that it?
First of all, hold on a second. Josh, you going in timeout. 1 minute timeout. 1 minute fucking timeout. 1 minute fucking timeout, goddammit. Talking about this been here already. Nigga, we fucking know. We know that, motherfucker. We know. Everybody in the chat, one's in the chat if you know this shit was already here already. One's in the chat if you knew this shit was here already. Can I fucking do the show? It's always gotta be somebody in the chat. Oh, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Everybody fucking knows, Josh. We all know that's not the fucking point, Josh. This is an announcement for Chick-fil-a. This is did you know Chick-fil-a just launched in Atlanta? Because this just happened, Josh. Josh just bailed out. Shout out to Josh. Welcome back. Let me get Josh out of jail. Welcome back, Josh. It's nice to see you, man. Yeah. Well, actually, I saw this already. Come on, man. Jesus Christmas, Josh. Well, actually, I hate that shit. See, I got certain triggers and pet peeves and shit. And that's one of them. When somebody hit me with the well, actually, I hate that shit. You know? The fuck? Nah. He bailed out, Sleepy. I got him. Sleepy was like, Sleepy on your head. Oh. That's your money update of the day. Shout out to King J. Thank you for the clips. Anyway, let's get Sonnie on the line. Find out what's going on in the big balls bill. Let's get Sonnie. Hit the line 202-596-5631. 202-596. Let me get my motherfucking 202-596-5631. Let's get Sonnie on the line. Sonnie, go ahead. Hit the line. Call in. Tell us what's going on with the big balls bill. Okay. Tell us what's going on. So we're going to get Sonnie. You're going to give us the expert opinion on Trump's new big balls bill. BBB, triple B, big baller bill. Okay. Where's Sonnie at? So I got to call her? There she go.
Call from
Sonnie.
Hey, what's good?
What's happening, love?
I am chilling.
That's what's up. You know, we don't know what the hell's going on in politics, so we got to get the expert in here to explain to us what the hell is in the big baller bill.
Yeah, the big, beautiful bill is just Republicans proving that they're not shit. The final, everything that's going to be final in it, you're going to see come out once the Senate gets its hands on it, because it's just been passed out of the House. So
right.
Now it goes to the Senate. The Senate's going to fiddle around with it. Democrats are going to try to put nukes in it so that more Republicans break off and refuse to vote for it in the House when it comes back. And basically you're going to have this dance. If they're able to get it anywhere close to being coming out of the Senate, you're going to have Democrats talking about shutting the government down, and then they're going to play that dance until Democrats finally capitulate and sign whatever bill they pass. That's just where we freaking are. In all of this, the biggest fucking loser is Elon Musk. He is the biggest loser in this entire bill, and if I was him, I would go scorched earth on the entire Republican Party and leave them in political ruin for a generation. That's just what I would do. We were looking at this coming in thinking, like, what is Elon Musk going to be? Or at least this is how I phrased it. I was like, is he going to be kind of like the Tony Stark, or he's going to be like the Lex Luthor? And all of our attention was on Elon Musk. And I did not pay attention, nor did I think this was actually Trump just using Musk. And in the end, that's what it fucking was. They used Elon Musk as a distraction for the first 100 days. And it worked like a charm because even people like myself were looking at it and thinking that this was something real. This was going to be something substantial. It was something I never expected to see in my lifetime. So just actually seeing it, it really was like, you know, blowing my mind, right? And even for people like me who are principled, we have to sit here and like suspend our principles to let Elon do what the fuck he's doing, because it was unprecedented. It wasn't in the scale or scope of what or how government was supposed to be functioning. So all of us took a fucking roll of the dice and a gamble. And the entire time, Elon was not the one that we needed to be looking at. It was Trump's fucking ass. So you had Elon use all his money, spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. He used all his political capital. He used all his business capital. He watched Tesla's, the stores get burned down, his customer base get targeted just because of what he was doing. He sacrificed all of that. And the best Republicans can do is offer this fucking abomination of a bill with none of the Doge cuts in it. It is a fucking shame. And if I were Elon, I swear I would go scorched earth on the Republican Party.
Wow. Because they aren't cutting government spending?
No, they're not cutting government spending at all. Okay, anything that and everything you hearing Democrats talk about, they're going to take this, take that. The only thing this bill would even manage to do was slow the rate of spending, right? Not cut it. So again, would you have rather not known everything Doge exposed? Remember, everything that came out of USAID, all the spending were in all of these other departments, right? Everything that they came out and told us, all of that just got refunded. All of that we like, oh my God, these are cuts. Oh my God, none of that shit got cut. It just got refunded. Every single dime just got fucking refunded. If you do not write it out and cut it out of the legislation, the money will still fucking flow. That means every dollar that was allocated to any of these corrupt areas will still go there. Now the decision will be how they spend it. So they don't have to give the exact same grants out. They don't have to give the money to the same people that were getting the money before, but the money is still going to be there. So the next fight, if you realize we're screwed, they're going to spend the money, they're not going to stop cutting, they are addicted to it, it's not going anywhere, then the next step for us to realize is that there needs to be force put on Trump and the Republican. Well, this is on Trump because this is an all Trump thing because this comes out of the executive. Pressure needs to be put on Trump about how that money will be allocated. If you are going to if you're going to allocate it out, how are those grants going to be dispersed? Because we've seen that they were dispersed to all these foreign groups, to all of these political advocates, so they can manipulate and they can play in all these systems. Are you going to now start allocating those grants to American citizens to actually start rebuilding America? Are you going to start giving it to causes that first the money was used to destroy things, it was used to sow division, it was used to burn down cities? Are you now going to start allocating those grants, which again, the money is already, they are showing you they're going to spend the money. They're going to get the money. How is the money going to be spent? If it's no longer going to be going to these political cronies, if it's no longer going to, rainbow revolutions all across the world, like if it's not going to be spent for that, how is it going to be spent? What is the grant process going to look like? If you're not going to stop them from spending, you better at least figure out how to make sure the money is being allocated to Americans to actually help America. And if nothing else, that's what they need to be focusing on. Now,
one of the things that the article I read from The Hill said that the poor is going to lose in this bill. Do you concur? Is that a little off? It seems like there are benefits for the rich, not for the poor, and the poor is going to be left out in the cold. Is that true?
Just them trying to solidify and keep the tax cuts in place nullifies that, right? Because if the tax cuts go away, which they're set to elapse this year, if they go away, the middle class, the poor, all of them are going to get hit with a tax hike over what we've had since 2017, I think, when Trump got the tax bill passed, right? Over that period of time, we have been experiencing a tax break. If this does not pass, if that tax break is reinstated, then that tax break will go away and every citizen will have an increase in their taxes for no other reason than the tax bill lapse. So first and foremost, that. Secondly, anytime you look at any comes out of any of these government agencies, they're always off, and they always tend to give Democrats the benefit of the doubt and to not so much do that with Republicans. So you can look at some of these reports that said when Joe Biden was trying to get the Inflation Reduction Act passed, that it was actually going to reduce inflation. It didn't. It wasn't set to reduce inflation. It was actually set as a new Green Deal Act, and it did not do anything to affect the actual cause of inflation, even though CBO said that it would. So you got to take it with a kind of a grain of salt. Anything that comes out of government, they usually go in the direction of being more negative towards Republicans and kind of giving more leeway to Democrats.
Now, Sonnie, I had a bet with Taylor about government spending, and I said government spending would go up under Trump, and I said this last year. Do you know how I knew that?
Because he went up with his first term? In Trump's first term, his first budget, he matched Democrats dollar for dollar. He matched Democrats dollar for dollar. Anybody who thought this bill was going to be different was fucking crazy. The only difference that I thought that was going to come was that he was going to take the corruption and abuse that Elon found and that he was going to actually get rid of it. Like, that was going to actually come into legislation. Like, that's the part where, I was boo-boo fooled. You fooled me. You fooled me well. Those Doge cuts are not coming. And if you remember when Doge first started operating, you were seeing Doge go into USAID. You were seeing them go into these big bureaucracies. Now they're looking at phone bills and credit card spending, these lower echelon things that are not, even though, they do account for a lot of money, they're very, very small in the overall budget. Yeah. So you already see how much they have reduced the ability of Doge to go in and to actually look at any kind of corruption and actually root it out. So I think at this point we can say Trump used Elon Musk for a 100-day distraction, and now the 100 days are over, and you're seeing what he actually thinks about Doge and the work that they did, and it doesn't seem that he cares very much about it.
Last question before I let you go. We're going to get a tax expert in here. I'm going to call Taylor. We get Trish in here to talk taxes. So you're telling me that some of the programs and initiatives that Doge was supposed to cut are still, those programs, those departments are still in existence and will still receive funding in this new bill? Did I hear that correctly?
Yep. If Congress controls the purse, Congress controls the budget. If Congress passes the money is going to come, right? So you can say, we're shutting down USAID. Congress says we're giving USAID $10 billion. That $10 billion is still going to go into USAID. Now, Trump can say, or Marco Rubio can say, because they put USAID under State Department now, so that's Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio can say, I'm not going to spend it. But that money comes into that account, and it's going to stay in that account. So he cannot spend it, but it's going to be there, and it's going to be collecting interest.
USAID.
For the next 4 years. That's just, and this is just us saying they get $10 billion a year, and it's more than that. But that's just for the sake of this argument. They get $10 billion a year plus the interest of that $10 billion because you're not using it, right? It's just sitting there growing. A Democrat gets in the office. What do you think they're going to do with that when they get there? Now they get to control how that money is spent, where it goes, who gets it, and basically they can just turn the spigot back on to all the old things they are doing. So if they do not allocate that money, then all you're going to do is create a war chest for the next Democrat who comes in to be able to take it over. Congress has to write legislation to put into place. They have to write legislation to cut down the federal bureaucracies. They have to write legislation and to reduce the size of the federal government. That is a job for Congress. They are not doing that. They are instead adding $4 to $5 trillion to the national debt. Republicans are a fucking joke.
And wait, I thought they dismantled USAID.
Fucking joke. The money is still being allocated. You can say dismantled all the fuck you want. If they are still being funded, they are not dismantled.
Sonnie Johnson, y'all. Sonnie, thank you very much for clarifying this for us political dummies. That is political expert Sonnie Johnson. Make sure y'all follow her. Listen to her show on Sirius XM Radio every Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern.